What's up guys, this is Ryan with Motorcycle.com. We're here near the Port of Los Angeles in San Pedro, California, fresh off the launch of the 2018 Suzuki GSX250R. We're gonna take it around town, do a little bit of everything on the bike, see how it performs. One thing that Suzuki stressed with this bike is it's kind of the new lineage of the Katana. So what the Katana was, if you don't know, the Katana was an everyday sport bike. It was great around town. It had low end torque. It was very comfortable. This bike is their smaller entry-level iteration. It's not just some cheap 250 with cheap parts. It's a really nicely well done bike. It feels nice. Fit and finish over the whole bike, look great and feel great, but it really harkens back to the days of the Katana with usable power around town, comfortable with sport bike styling. In terms of changes in engine, from the GW250, the throttle bodies are bigger, there's a new coating for the cylinder. It's basically the same engine with some refinements that has spread the power along the torque range a little bit more. And it's definitely more bottom end focus, which makes it a great bike for around town. But I can tell you, it's no slouch. Redline is somewhere between 10 and 11,000 RPMs. It spins up pretty well. First gear is pretty short, as is normal with most of these bikes. But once you get into second gear, third and fourth are probably where you're gonna be cruising around town, 40 miles an hour. The engine puts out a good amount of power though. We took it out today, do the twisty stuff. You know, people always say it's more fun to ride a slow bike fast than a fast bike slow, and today was a perfect example of that. I had a blast on this bike. One of the things I think a lot of people, that will resonate with a lot of people, is the styling of the bike. It's a beautiful motorcycle. In my opinion, it's the most gorgeous of any of the 250, 300s that have come out from the Japanese manufacturers. The suspension's a little soft, but for a new rider, it's actually gonna just give you a smooth ride. When you're out in the twisties and you're on a bumpier road, people who are more performance oriented may want tighter suspension for sure, but this hasn't been bad at all. The dash is actually full LCD, which is another thing, you know, on these bikes that are on the cheaper end. This bike's 4,500 bucks. It's nice to see things like that. There's a few things that set this bike back from some of its competitors. And while we don't know, you know, the power numbers and things like that, what we do know, and what you can really feel when you're out in the twisties and when you're really flipping this thing back and forth, is the wheelbase. You know, when I first saw this bike, it almost looked like it had a stretched swing arm on it. It's 3 inches longer than most of its competitors, approximately 3 inches longer. So that's really gonna make the handling a little bit slower back and forth. As far as the weight goes, it's also probably 30 to 40 pounds heavier than a lot of the other bikes. You get a bigger gas tank, but in terms of the weight and making it longer, it's a little slower back and forth than the twisties. If I was planning on buying an entry-level bike, this is a great option. And it's not that you need to, you know, start off with the smallest bike, but it's the least intimidating way of getting into it, not getting yourself in over your head. As far as new bikes go in this day and age, you know, we've seen plenty of manufacturers put out 250s, 300s, and they just keep getting better and better in terms of handling, in terms of the quality that goes into the bikes, the engineering that goes into the motors, everything. It's a great time to start motorcycling. With a bike that looks this good, there's plenty of bikes that are bigger and more powerful than this that don't look nearly as good as this one does. So 4,500 bucks, it's really a really complete package. So jump on over to Motorcycle.com to check out the full write-up, specs, everything you need will be there. Like, comment, subscribe on our YouTube channel, and thanks for watching.